in this pattern of hearing the original verse and the translation and the further explanation wherever it is required. So, so just a little intro before about this chapter. Actually, in this chapter, the title is The Meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. And Kaviraj Goswami, the first 12 verses, he's talking about how Mahaprabhu felt great separation from Krishna, during the final days, of his pastimes, in the place called Gambira in Jagannath Puri. So the first 12 verses are talking about his deep, separation which he was feeling towards Krishna, and how Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar Goswami were pacifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that we will see the first 12 verses. Then after that, the Chidadahi pastime is coming up, and then we will see how the flow. So then after that, the pastime continues. So I will now request Chuta Prabhu. Maybe for the first verse alone, before you begin, you can say, we normally say before Chaitanya Charitamrita, right?
Yes, Mataji.
So you can recite that and start, Prabhu. So you just do that and then you do the first verse, and then I will do the translation. Is that okay?
Yes, Mataji. Should I sing Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda?
Yes, that's what I'm requesting you to do. Yeah.
Okay. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Binda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Binda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Binda Sri Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Shitanath Premanande. So, Shloka 1. Kripa Gunaijo, Kripa Kugriha Kupa Dadanto, Bhanga Raghunatha Dasam, Nasho Sarupe Vidhade Antarang, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mumang Prapadde.
With the ropes of his causeless mercy, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu employed a trick to deliver Raghunatha Dasa Goswami from the blind will of contemptible family life. He made Raghunatha Dasa Goswami one of his personal associates, placing him under the charge of Swarupa Damodar Goswami. I offer my obeisances unto him.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Binda.
All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is a verse we normally recite before we do the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So yeah, yes.
এই মতো গৌরাচন্দ্র ভক্তগণ সঙ্গে নীলা চলে নানা লীলা করে নানা রঙ্গে.
Thus Lord Gaurachandra performed various pastimes with his associates at Jagannath Puri in varieties of transcendental pleasure.
যদ্যপি অন্তরে কৃষ্ণ বিয়োগ বাধয়ে বাহিরে না প্রকাশয় ভক্ত দুঃখ ভয়ে.
Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt pangs of separation from Krishna, he did not manifest his feelings externally, for he feared the unhappiness of his devotees, because Mahaprabhu's associates were having so much love for him that they cannot see Mahaprabhu being unhappy. So because of that reason, Mahaprabhu would hide his emotions.
উৎকট বিরহ দুঃখ যবে বাহিরায় তবে যে বৈকল্য প্রভুর বর্ণনা না যায়.
The transformations undergone by the Lord when he manifested severe unhappiness due to separation from Krishna cannot be described.
রামানন্দের কৃষ্ণ কথা স্বরূপের গান, বিরহ বেদনায় প্রভু রাখয়ে পরাণ।
When the Lord acutely felt pangs of separation from Krishna, only Sri Ramananda Roy's talks about Krishna and the sweet songs of Swarup Damodar kept him alive. So we can see two personalities who are with him, where Sri Ramananda Roy and then Swarup Damodar Goswami. So Ramananda Roy would be talking, his talks were so much, soothing to the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Swarupa Damodar Goswami's songs were actually giving him that solace of, after that great separation. So Ramananda Roy is none other than Vishaka Saki in Krishna Leela, and Swarup Damodar is none other than Lalita Saki.
দিনে প্রভু নানা সঙ্গে হয় অন্য মন, রাত্রিকালে বারে প্রভুর বিরহ বেদন।
Because the Lord associated with various devotees during the day, his mind was somewhat diverted. But at night, the pangs of separation from Krishna increased very rapidly. Because in the daytime, many associates of Mahaprabhu would come from various places, to take darshan of the Lord and to associate with the Lord and to give various reports to the Lord. So in that way, he was actually, his mind was diverted, whereas in the night, he was feeling very great separation.
তার সুখ হেতু সঙ্গে রহে দুই জনা, কৃষ্ণ রস শ্লোক গীতে করেন সান্ত্বনা।
Two people, Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar Goswami, stayed with the Lord to pacify him by reciting various verses about Krishna's pastimes and by singing appropriate songs for his satisfaction.
সুবল জৈছে পূর্বে কৃষ্ণ সুখের সহায়, কৃষ্ণ গৌর সুখ দান হেতু তৈছে রাম রায়।
Previously, when Lord Krishna was personally present, Subala, one of his cowherd boyfriends, gave him happiness when he felt separation from Radharani. Similarly, Ramananda Roy helped give happiness to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we all know that Krishna has got so many wonderful cowherd boyfriends. Out of them, Subala is a very intimate friend of Krishna. So Krishna would actually share all his intimate feelings, mostly with Subala. So similarly, and how Subala could give, solace and happiness, similarly, we could see Ramananda Roy could give that assistance to Mahaprabhu, in Chaitanya Leela. Prabhu? Please go ahead. Haribol, Prabhu?
জৈছে রাধা ললিতা সহায় মধুর প্রাণ। Verse 10, I finished. Should I go ahead with verse 11?
No. Verse 10. Sorry, I couldn't hear you because maybe my signal was poor. Can you please repeat it again?
Yeah. পূর্বে জৈছে রাধার ললিতা সহায় প্রধান, তৈছে স্বরূপ গোসানজি রাখে মহাপ্রভুর প্রাণ।
Previously, when Srimati Radharani felt the pangs of separation from Krishna, her constant companion Lalita kept her alive by helping her in many ways. Similarly, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt Radharani's emotions, Swarupa Damodar Goswami helped him maintain his life. So we see that similarly Srimati Radharani had many cowherd girlfriends, associates, and of them, Lalita Devi was very intimate and close. And she was actually, assisting Srimati Radharani in so many ways. So similarly, we could see that when Mahaprabhu was feeling the emotions of Srimati Radharani, then that time Swarup Damodar Goswami pacified him.
এই দুই জনার সৌভাগ্য কখনো না যায়, প্রভুর অন্তরঙ্গ বলি যারে লোকে গায়।
To describe the fortunate position of Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar Goswami is extremely difficult. They were renowned as intimately confidential friends of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just imagine, those two personalities. How can one glorify both of them? Because they're so confidential friends of Mahaprabhu that they remain with Mahaprabhu all throughout his until Leela pastime.
এই মতো বিরহে গৌরলাঞ্ছা ভক্তগণ, রঘুনাথ মিলন এবে শুনে ভক্তগণ।
The Lord thus enjoyed his life with his devotees. O devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now hear how Raghunatha Dasa Goswami met the Lord. So now the pastime of Chidadahi Mahotsava will be described.
পূর্বে শান্তিপুরে রঘুনাথ যবে আইলা, মহাপ্রভু কৃপা করি তারে শিখাইলা।
When Raghunatha Dasa, during his family life, went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Shantipura, the Lord gave him worthy instructions by his causeless mercy. So just to give a small intro here, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami is one of the 6 Goswamis. We have Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, and Gopala Bhatta Goswami. So, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami is one of the 6 Goswamis. Goswamis are those who have great control over senses. And we could see they were all the eternal associates of the Lord in the spiritual world, and they have come down to take part in the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we could see also that Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, will be seeing it soon. He was actually son of a great Zamindar. And his uncle Govardhan Mazumdar and Hiranya Mazumdar, the father and uncle, were very great landlords. And Raghunatha Dasa was the only son, and they were like multi-billionaires of those days itself. They were earning so much of wealth, and Raghunatha Dasa, being the only son, was given so much of love. And Raghunatha Dasa, in his childhood, he heard from Haridas Thakur the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, and he got so attracted that he wanted to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But what happened was, he was already married and he was in the family life, and his parents all wanted him to be in the Grihastha life. So that time, once when Raghunatha Dasa Goswami went to Shantipur, because he heard that Mahaprabhu is there and he wanted to join him, and then that time Mahaprabhu gave him instructions to stay back in the family life, but at the same time, being attached to the Lord in the heart, but externally you be a family man. And this was the instruction given by the Lord when he came to Shantipur. So he has to return back home. Okay, please read, Prabhu.
প্রভু শিক্ষাতে তেহ নিজ ঘরে যায়, মর্কট বৈরাগ্য ছাড়ি হইলা বিষয়ী প্রায়।
So what instruction Mahaprabhu gave us, instead of becoming a so-called renunciant, Raghunatha Dasa, following the instruction of the Lord, returned home and played exactly like a pounds and shillings man. So Mahaprabhu said that, give up this markat false vairagya, and you just now, continue your family duties and responsibilities, and internally, you be attached to Krishna. So that is instruction given to him, and exactly as Mahaprabhu instructed, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami was leading his family life.
ভিতরে বৈরাগ্য বাহিরে করে সর্বকর্ম, দেখিয়া মাতা পিতার আনন্দিত মন।
Raghunatha Dasa was inwardly completely renounced, even in family life, but he did not express his renunciation externally. Instead, he acted just like an ordinary businessman. Seeing this, his father and mother were satisfied.
মথুরা হইতে প্রভু আইলা বার্তা যবে পাইলা প্রভু পার্শ্ব চলিবারে উদ্যোগ করিলা।
When he received a message that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned from Mathura city, Raghunatha Dasa endeavored to go to the lotus feet of the Lord. So he acted, after meeting the Lord in Shantipur and after getting his instructions, he remained in the family life, but his heart was always hankering to take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was waiting for that moment. And when he received the message that the Lord has returned from Mathura city, then Raghunatha Dasa could not control himself, and he ran to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord.
হীনকালে মুলুকেরও এক ম্লেচ্ছ অধিকারী সপ্তগ্রাম মুলুকেরও সে হয় চৌধুরী।
So at the time, there was a Muslim official collecting the taxes of Saptagrama. So those days, the government, and what happens is that in each place there was a tax collector appointed. So he will collect the taxes, and he will keep 1/4 of the profit with himself, and he will give the rest to the government treasury. So, so when Saptagram is a place where Raghunatha Dasa Goswami appeared, his birthplace. So that time there was one person, a tax collector. He was actually, carrying out those services for the government. Yeah.
হিরণ্য দাস মুলুক নীল মকরি করিয়া তার অধিকার গেল মরে সে দেখিয়া।
But what happened was, Hiranya Dasa, Raghunatha Dasa's uncle, he made an agreement with the government to collect the taxes. So every place there is a tax collector, but Raghunath Dasa Goswami's uncle made an agreement with the government that he will collect the tax and he will give to the government. So that was agreed already. So because of that, what happened, the tax collector, the Chaudhary, or the tax collector, he lost his position. So he was very envious because he is not now able to get the money, because it was the transaction were happening directly. So he was not able to get money. So he became very envious of Raghunatha Dasa's uncle and father.
12 লক্ষ দেয় রাজায় সাধে 20 লক্ষ সেতুর কিছু না পাঞ্চা হইল প্রতিপক্ষ।
Hiranya Dasa was collecting 20 lakh coins. So that is like 2 million coins, gold coins, and therefore should have delivered 1.5 million to the government. Instead, he was giving only 1.2 lakhs, thus making an extra profit of 300,000 gold coins. Seeing this, the Muslim Chaudhry, who was a Turk, became his rival. So basically, because he was doing the transaction directly and getting the profit, as we were discussing earlier, he was, he became very envious.
রাজঘরে কৈফিয়ত দিলা উজিরে আনিল হিরণ্য দাস পলাইল রঘুনাথেরে বান্ধিল।
After sending a confidential account to the government treasury, the Chaudhry brought the minister in charge. The Chaudhry came wanting to arrest Hiranya Dasa, but Hiranya Dasa had left home. Therefore, the Chaudhry arrested Raghunatha Dasa. So what happened after he understood that? So what can I do in this situation? So this tax collector, what did he do? He sent a government note. He sent a note to the government saying that no, they are collecting more, they are keeping more money. And in that way, what happened? He wanted to arrest Raghunath Dasa's uncle, but he was not at home, so he arrested Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. Yeah.
প্রতিদিন রঘুনাথায় করে ভৎসনা বাপ জ্যাঠারে আনে নহে পাইবা যাত না।
Every day, the tax collector would chastise Raghunatha Dasa and tell him, bring your father and his elder brother, otherwise you will be punished. So he was actually chastising because he wanted to get them. So he would every day chastise Raghunatha Das.
মারিতে আনয়ে যদি দেখে রঘুনাথে, মন ফিরি যায় তবে না পারি মারিতে।
The Chaudhary wanted to beat him, but as soon as he saw Raghunatha's face, his mind changed and he could not beat him. So when he saw, when he wanted to beat Raghunatha Dasa's face, very effulgent, full of devotion. So when he looked at his face, he could not beat him.
বিশ্বাসে কায়স্থ বুদ্ধে অন্তরে করে ডর, মুখে তর্জে গর্জে মারিতে সভয় অন্তর।
Indeed, the Chaudhary was afraid of Raghunatha Dasa because Raghunatha Dasa belonged to the Kayastha community. Although the Chaudhary would chastise him with oral vibrations, he was afraid to beat him. Kayastha community is a very aristocratic, very intelligent class of people. So, because Raghunatha Dasa is coming from that community, and then he had the support of all the local people, so the tax collector was very scared of him. So he did not beat him, rather, he just chastised him.
Mataji, this is 24 to 28 now.
Yeah, 24.
24 only or 24 to 28?
If you can read one by one.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
তবে রঘুনাথ কিছু চিন্তিলা উপায়, বিনতি করিয়া কহে সেই ম্লেচ্ছ পায়।
While this was going on, Raghunatha Dasa thought of a tricky method of escape. Daski humbly submitted this plea at the feet of the Chaudhary. So when these things are going on, immediately Raghunatha Dasa thought, how can I actually manage the situation? And then he got a trick. We will see that soon. Yeah.
আমার পিতা জ্যেষ্ঠ হয় তোমারও দু ভাই, ভাই ভাইয়ে তোমরা কলহ করো সর্বদাই।
So how he handled this is very interesting, that he invoked a relationship, a family relationship, their sentiments. And by that, how he's tricking, we will see now. My dear sir, my father and his elder brother are your brothers. All brothers always fight about something. So what he's saying to the tax collector Chaudhary is that my father, that Raghunatha Dasa is saying, my father and his elder brother, that is my uncle, they are all your brothers. So you all are like brothers, and brothers sometimes they fight among each other, right? So that's the point he's bringing.
প্রভু কলহে প্রভু প্রীতি ইহার নিশ্চয় নাই, কালী পুন তিন ভাই হইবা এক থানচি।
Sometimes brothers fight among themselves, and sometimes they have very friendly dealings. There is no certainty when such changes will take place. Thus I am sure that although today you are fighting, tomorrow you three brothers will be sitting together in peace. So very diplomatically here, diplomacy is okay, provided it is not to destroy someone. So here diplomacy, in a way which is not in a crooked way, or or to harm anyone, rather it is done to solve a problem. So here he says that sometimes brothers fight and then sometimes they join together. So today you are all fighting, maybe tomorrow you all sit and talk nicely. So like that, he's bringing those emotions here, sentiments here.
আমি জইছে পিতারো তৈছে তোমারও বালক, আমি তোমার পাল্য তুমি আমার পালক।
Very sentimental point here. Just as I am my father's son, so I am also yours. I am your dependent and you are my maintainer. So he said that I am like your son, because you're all brothers, means I am also like your son, and I am dependent and you are my maintainer. How can you punish? Will anyone punish the son? Like that, he's putting nice emotions there. Yeah.
পালক হঞ্চারা পাল্লায় তারিতে না জুড়াই, তুমি সর্বশাস্ত্র জানো, জিন্দা পীর প্রায়।
For a maintainer to punish the person he maintains is not good. You're expert in all the scriptures. Indeed, you are like a living saint. He's nicely glorifying. You know, people in this world fall prey to glorification, right? So, so he's the tax collector also got, completely victimized here. Yes.
এ তো শুনি সেই ম্লেচ্ছের মন আর্দ্র হইল, দাড়ি বাহি অশ্রু পরে কাঁদিতে লাগিল।
So when the tax collector heard Raghunatha Dasa's appealing voice, his heart softened. He began to cry and tears glided down his beard.
ম্লেচ্ছ বলে আজি হইতে তুমি মোর পুত্র, আজি ছাড়াইমো তোমা করি এক সূত্র।
The Chaudhary told Raghunatha Dasa, "You are my son from this day on. Today, by some means, I shall have you released." So, yes, the trick is working now.
উজিরে কহিয়া রঘুনাথে ছাড়াইল, প্রীতি করি রঘুনাথে কহিতে লাগিল।
After informing the minister, the Chaudhary released Raghunatha Dasa and then began to speak to him with great affection.
তোমায় জ্যাঠা নির্বুদ্ধি অষ্টলক্ষ খাই, আমি ভাগি আমারে কিছু দিবারে জুড়াই।
Your father's elder brother is less intelligent. He said he enjoys 800,000 gold coins, but since I am also a shareholder, he should give some portion of it to me. At the end of the day, he wants some money. So that's what he is trying to say here.
যাহা তুমি তোমারও জ্যাঠারে মিলাহ আমারে, যে মতে ভালো হয় করুণ ভারো দিলু তারে।
Now you go arrange a meeting between me and your uncle. Let him do whatever he thinks best. I shall completely depend on his decision. So his heart became so soft that now, okay, let's have a meeting. And then whatever your uncle wants to give me as, tax or the amount, I'm happy to, accept that. Oh, sorry, Mataji, I think you're muted. Welcome.
Thank you. রঘুনাথ আসি তবে জ্যাঠারে মিলাইল, শ্লেচ্ছ সহিত বশ কইল, সব শান্ত হইল।
Raghunatha Dasa arranged a meeting between his uncle and the Chaudhary. The matter was settled and everything was peaceful. So finally, the meeting arranged and everything was settled. So all became happy. Yes.
এই মত রঘুনাথের বৎসর গেল, দ্বিতীয় বৎসরে পলাইতে মন কইল।
In this way, Raghunatha Dasa passed 1 year exactly like a first-class business manager. But the next year, he again decided to leave home. So this pastime, little bit what we saw now, is just to show a sample that how he was, that 1 year of time, what Mahaprabhu instructed him to follow, his duties. So he did it exactly like a first-class manager. But then the next year, he decided to leave home.
রাত্রে উঠি একেলা চলিলা পালাইয়া, দূর হইতে পিতা তারে আনিল ধরিয়া।
He got up alone one night and left, but his father caught him in a distant place and brought him back.
এই মতে বাড়ি বাড়ি পলাই ধরি আনে, তবে তারও মাতা কহে তারও পিতা শোনে। পুত্র বাতুল।
Sorry, 37, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, okay. This became almost.
Is it bit longer? It is bit longer, Mataji. From in 37 to 41, it says.
Yeah, but you just do one at a time. Yeah, thank you. So this became almost a daily affair. Raghunatha would run away from home and his father would again bring him back. Then Raghunatha Dasa's mother spoke to his father as follows. So every day he would escape and his father will bring back. So now one day his mother told to his father,
পুত্র বাতুল হইল হইয়া রাখো বান্ধিয়া, তার পিতা কহে তারে নির্বিন্ন হইয়া।
So she said, our son has become mad. She said, just keep him by binding him with ropes. His father, being very unhappy, replied to her as follows.
ইন্দ্র সম ঐশ্বর্য স্ত্রী অপ্সরা সম, এসব বান্ধিতে নারী লেক যার মন।
So the father, what the answer? The father replied, Raghunatha Dasa, our son, has opulences like Indra, the heavenly king, and his wife is as beautiful as an angel. Yet all this could not tie down his mind. So basically, we see that the attraction to money and sense enjoyment binds one's mind. That is much more stronger than the physical ropes that binds one's body. But if a person dedicates one's mind, to the Lord, what happens to that person? Any amount of this material allurements, cannot distract, his devotion. So that is the power of devotion. If someone is fully, taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, for that person, no distractions can actually distract him. So for those who are devoted, there is no distraction. Yes.
এসব বান্ধিতে নারী লেক যার মন, দড়ির বন্ধনে তারে রাখিবা কেমতে।
So how then could we keep this boy home by binding him with ropes? It is not possible even for one's father to nullify the reactions of one's past activities. Because beautiful wife is there, opulence like Indra. If that could not bind, how can we actually bind with a simple rope? That's what his father is saying.
জন্মদাতা পিতা নারে প্রারব্ধ খণ্ডাইতে, চৈতন্য চন্দ্রের কৃপা হইয়াছে ইহারে।
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has fully bestowed his mercy on him. Who can keep home such a madman of Chaitanya Chandra? Indirectly, the devotion of Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, that he is completely mad of love for Mahaprabhu.
তবে রঘুনাথ কিছু বিচারিলা মনে, নিত্যানন্দ গোসাইর পাশ চলিলার দিনে।
This is a very interesting verse here, because here there is a turning point coming. So we saw here till now, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami is every time making an effort, to go and see Mahaprabhu, take darshan of Mahaprabhu and take his shelter. But every time it is not successful. Mahaprabhu either tells something and sends him back, or he is not able to go and even reach him. His parents would send somebody, and they would bring him back. So he was, every attempt was a failure. But now something interesting is happening. And what is that? You read it already?
Mataji, we are in 42. I'm going to read the 42.
42.
Yes. তবে রঘুনাথ কিছু বিচারিলা মনে, নিত্যানন্দ গোসাইর পাশ চলিলার দিনে।
So here is the turning point coming. What happens? He's going to meet a great personality. He's going to meet that personality by whose mercy he will be able to be successful. What happens? Raghunatha Dasa considered something in his mind, and the next day he went to Nityananda Goswami. So now what happened? Raghunatha Dasa Goswami thought, okay, now Nityananda Prabhu has come, to now I will go and see him.
পানিহাটি গ্রামে পাইলা প্রভুর দর্শন, কীর্তনিয়া সেবক সঙ্গে আর বহু জন।
In the village of Panihati, Raghunatha Dasa obtained an interview with Nityananda Prabhu, who was accompanied by many Kirtana performers, servants, and others. So this Panihati is a village which is like 10 miles north of Kolkata. and that is a place Nityananda Prabhu came. So when this message reached to Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, he decided to go to Panihati, and then there he got an opportunity, to take darshan of Nityananda Prabhu. And that time he saw he was accompanied by many kirtan performers, associates, and servants.
গঙ্গা তীরে বৃক্ষ মূলে পিণ্ডার উপরে বসিয়াছেন যেন কোটি সূর্যোদয় করে।
How he was looking, sitting on a rock under a tree on the bank of the Ganges. Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds of thousands of rising suns. So if anyone have gone to the Panihati village, even now you can see that banyan tree under which Lord Nityananda Prabhu gave blessing to Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. Even now we can see that. It is on the banks of Ganges. Very, very beautiful place. So, and how Lord Nityananda Prabhu was looking, he looked so effulgent. And what kind of effulgence? Hundreds of thousands of rising suns. What effulgence it would emit. That effulgent Nityananda Prabhu was looking.
Sorry, Mataji, I think someone's phone is unmute, so we are getting some noise. Sangeeta is Mataji or Prabhuji, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Mataji, sorry.
তলে উপরে বহু ভক্ত হইয়াছেন বেষ্টিত, দেখি প্রভুর প্রভাব রঘুনাথ বিস্মিত।
Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him, seeing the influence of Nityananda Prabhu. Raghunatha Dasa was astonished.
দণ্ডবত হইয়া সেই পড়িলা কত দূরে, সেবক কহে রঘুনাথ দণ্ডবত করে।
Raghunatha Dasa offered his obeisances by falling prostrate at a distant place, and the servant of Nityananda Prabhu pointed out, "That is Raghunatha Dasa offering you obeisances." So Nityananda Raghunath Dasa Goswami now had darshan of Nityananda Prabhu, who is seated on the under the banyan tree, and he is offering his obeisances. So now Nityananda Prabhu's servant noticed that, and he is informing Nityananda Prabhu that Raghunatha Dasa is now offering you obeisances.
শুনি প্রভু কহে চোরা দিলি দর্শন, আয় আয় আজি তোর করিমু দণ্ডন।
So hearing this, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, "You are a thief. Now you have come to see me. Come here, come here. Today I shall punish you." Very interesting. Huh? So Nityananda Prabhu is now saying thief, and we may wonder how come this is the first time someone has come, and then Nityananda Prabhu is calling him thief, and we may wonder. I mean, generally, thief is someone who steals someone else's property, right? If someone steals someone else's property, like a person going and stealing somebody's money, we call him a thief, or someone's wealth, he's called a thief. But what did Raghunatha Dasa Goswami did that he should be called a thief? Because he was trying, the great acharyas are saying that he was trying to steal the mercy of Mahaprabhu without getting the permission or without getting the blessings of Nityananda Prabhu, because Mahaprabhu is the wealth of Nityananda Prabhu. So without his blessing, without him trying to take the wealth by his own self, it is a thief. So Nityananda Prabhu is calling, "You are a thief." And he says, okay, thief means, if someone steals or does something wrong, you have to give punishment. No. So now Nityananda Prabhu said, "I am going to punish you." And we can see what kind of punishment it is. Yeah.
প্রভু বোলায় তেহ নিকটে না করে গমন, আকর্ষিয়া তারে মাথে প্রভু ধরিলা চরণ।
The Lord called him, but Raghunatha Dasa did not go near the Lord. Then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet upon Raghunatha Dasa's head. How sweet it is. So Raghunath Dasa Goswami, I mean, he did not go near to the Lord. Generally this great personalities, this pure devotees of the Lord, they always feel themselves so insignificant, to receive any mercy. They think themselves very unqualified and unworthy. But the Lord knows how wonderful and how sweet they are, and he forcibly caught him. And what did he do? He placed his lotus feet upon Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. Everyone is looking for that lotus feet. They are actually performing meditation, austerities, begging and crying and praying for time immemorial to get the lotus feet of the dust of the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. And here Nityananda Prabhu is forcibly, putting his lotus feet on the head of Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. We say, no, Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra Shushitala, Jai Chaye Jagat Jurai. And in Narottama Das Thakur is also saying, Narottama Boro Duki, Nitai More Korosiki. Rakoranga Charanere Pasa. So he says that I'm so distressed. My dear Lord Nityananda Prabhu, you are Sukhi, you're always happy, you're eternally happy. Now I'm taking shelter of your lotus feet, please make me happy. So we see that Lord Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet is ultimate shelter. And here Raghunatha Dasa Goswami is receiving that blessings from the Lord himself.
কৈতুকে নিত্যানন্দ সহজ দয়াময় রঘুনাথে কহে কিছু হয়া সদয়
Lord Nityananda was by nature very merciful and funny. Being merciful, he spoke to Raghunath Das as follows. So Nityananda Prabhu is an abode of compassion, an embodiment of compassion. And we see that how even Jagai and Madai, the great dacoits, who have done so many, sinful activities, but yet they were being forgiven, and they were given this greatest wealth of Krishna Prema only by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu is now telling Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, yes.
নিকটে নাই শত্রুরা ভাগো দূরে দূরে আজি লাগো পাইয়াছি দণ্ডিমু তোমারে
You are just like a thief, or instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Now that I have captured you, I shall punish you.
দধিচিরা ভক্ষণ করা হোমর গণে শুনি আনন্দিত হইল রঘুনাথ মনে
Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and cheap rice. Hearing this, Raghunatha Dasa was greatly pleased. What a punishment, huh? Generally, punishment is like full of distress, right? If any punishment, even when we were in childhood, the teacher may punish us, parents punish us, many people may punish us. Punishment is it's like a bitter pill to digest, huh? But bitter pill to swallow. But here, what a punishment. Just feed all of my associates with yogurt and chip rice. So this is the sweetness of Nityananda Prabhu, that his punishment is very sweet. Just imagine his blessing, how sweet it would be. Huh? Yes.
সেইখানে নিজ লোক পাঠাইলা গ্রামে ভক্ষ দ্রব্য লোক সব গ্রাম হইতে আনে
Raghunatha Dasa immediately sent his own men to the village to purchase all kinds of eatables and bring them back. So he sent people everywhere, and they were bringing all kind of foodstuffs.
চিরা দধি দুগ্ধ সন্দেশ আর চিনি কলা সব দ্রব্য আনাইয়া চৌদিকে ধরিলা
So Raghunatha Dasa brought cheap rice, yogurt, milk, sweet meat, sugar, bananas, and other eatables and placed them all around. Chida dahi, actually chida is cheap rice and dahi is yogurt. But it is not just the two items, there are many other items also. So this Chida Dahi festival, he's bringing all the items, whatever he wants to distribute. So everything he brought and kept in one place. Yeah.
মহোৎসব নাম শুনি ব্রাহ্মণ সজ্জন আসিতে লাগিল লোক অসংখ্য গণনা
As soon as they heard that a festival is going to be held, all kinds of brahmanas and other gentlemen began to arrive. Thus, there were innumerable people. Actually, there was no, Facebook promotions or WhatsApp promotion, Instagram. Nothing was there that time, and no invitation or nothing like that. But by word of mouth, everyone is, oh, there's going to be a big festival. It's going to be a very big festival. Raghunatha Das are going to, hold a big festival, and it's just like people are coming from all the nearby villages, and it was like flooded with people, innumerable people.
আর গ্রামান্তর হইতে সামগ্রী আনিল, শত দুই চারি হল না তাহা নাইল।
Seeing the crowd increasing, Raghunatha Dasa arranged to get more eatables from other villages. He also brought 200 to 400 large round earthen pots. So, he's bringing some items, and then by the time he saw the numbers are increasing, then again he's sending his people to bring more items. So it's like that, more and more and more of offerings, the food items are brought, and 200 to 400 large earthen pots. Now, all of you are trying to make this beautiful pots for offering on the 29th. And you can see here the number like 400 pots. So that's amazing. Yes.
বড় বড় আমৃত্যু কুণ্ডি কানাইল, পাঁচ সাথে এক বিপ্র প্রভু লাগে চিরা ভিজাইতে তাতে।
He also obtained 5 or 7 especially large earthen pots, and in these pots a brahmana began soaking chip rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. So for Lord Nityananda Prabhu, what happened? 5 or 7 big earthen pots, they brought it, and they started soaking the chip rice.
একটানি তপ্ত দুগ্ধে চিরা ভিজাইয়া, অর্ধেক ছানিলা দধি চিনি কলা দিয়া।
In one place, chip rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. So basically, they were giving two varieties. So 2 pots were given to each of the devotees, and one pot was chip rice with milk combination. The other one was chip rice with yogurt combination.
আর অর্ধেক ঘনাবৃত দুগ্ধেতে ছানিলা, চাপা কলা চিনি ঘৃত কর্পূর তাতে দিলা।
The other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as champakala. Then sugar, clarified butter, and camphor were added. So as we said, that one was a milk combination, right? That is condensed milk, and they also added a special banana called champakala. Is it in Bangladesh? It's available in Bengal, is it?
Yes,
Bengal, isn't
Mataji.
it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, very special type of banana. So that was also added, and sugar, butter, and camphor to enrich the flavor. Yes.
ধুতি পরি প্রভু যদি পিণ্ডাতে বসিলা, সাত কুণ্ডি বিপ্র তার আগেতে ধরিলা।
After Nityananda Prabhu had changed his cloth for a new one and sat on a raised platform, the Brahmana brought before him the 7 huge pots. So now Nityananda Prabhu is seated on the platform, the raised platform, and the Brahmana is bringing the 7 huge pots.
চবুতরা উপরে যত প্রভুর নিজ গণে, বড় বড় লোক বসিলা মণ্ডলী রচনে।
So it's very interesting now to see. So in the raised platform, Nityananda Prabhu is seated, and also the most important associates were also seated along with him, and they were on the platform. All the most important associates of Shri Nityananda Prabhu as well as other important men sat down in a circle around the Lord. So this is on the raised platform. Now we all have to imagine, or now we have to visualize we are in Panihati, and then Panihati Dham, where there is a banyan tree and there is Nityananda Prabhu sitting on a raised platform. All the close associates were sitting down like a circle. So let us all meditate on that. Yes.
রাম দাস সুন্দরানন্দ দাস গদাধর মুরারি কমলা কর সদা শিব পুরন্দর.
So some of the names were mentioned here. They were, among them were Ramadasa, Sundarananda, Gadadhar Dasa, Murari, Kamalakara, Sadashiva, and Purandara. Some of the associates who sat with Nityananda Prabhu on the raised platform.
ধনঞ্জয় জগদীশ পরমেশ্বর দাস মহেশ গৌরী দাস হর কৃষ্ণ দাস.
Dhananjaya, Jagadisha, Parameshwara Dasa, Mahesha, Gauri Dasa, and Hoda Krishna Dasa were also there. So all other these personalities were seated along, with Nityananda Prabhu on the raised platform.
উদ্ধারণ দত্ত আদি যত নিজ গণ পরে বসিলা সব কে করে গণন.
Similarly, Udarana Datta Thakura and many other personal associates of the Lord sat on the raised platform with Nityananda Prabhu. No one could count them all. So many of the associates were seated on the raised platform along with Nityananda Prabhu.
শুনি পণ্ডিত ভট্টাচার্য যত বিপ্র আইলা মান্য করি প্রভু সবারে ওপরে বসাইলা.
Hearing about the festival, all kinds of learned scholars, brahmanas and priests went there. Lord Nityananda Prabhu honored them and made them sit on the raised platform with them. So just like, word of mouth is spreading like anything, and many, many different personalities came. Among them, there were learned scholars, there were brahmanas, there were priests, and then Lord Nityananda Prabhu honored all of them. And then they were also made to sit on the raised platform.
দুই দুই মৃত্যু কুণ্ডিকা সবার আগে দিল একে দুগ্ধ চিরা আরে দধি চিরা কইল.
Everyone was offered 2 earthen pots. In one was put chip rice with condensed milk, and in the other chip rice with yogurt. So everyone were given 2 pots, and one pot with chip rice and condensed milk, and the other one was chip rice and yogurt.
আর যত লোক সব চৌতরা তলানে মণ্ডলী বন্ধে বসিলা তার না হয় গণনে.
All the other people sat in groups around the platform. No one could count how many people there were. So now we saw the raised platform. All the associates and many personalities were sitting. Now that got filled up. So now people are sitting around the platform, which is down, below the raised platform, and around the platform, they were all sitting now. And that number, how many were sitting, no one could count. Yeah.
এক এক জনারে দুই দুই হল্লা দিল দধি চিরা দুগ্ধ চিরা দুইতে ভিজাইল.
Each and every one of them was supplied 2 earthen pots, one of chip rice soaked in yogurt and the other of chip rice soaked in condensed milk. So just like all those who were sitting on the raised platform are given 2 earthen pots, similarly those who were sitting around the platform below, they were also given 2 earthen pots with the 2 flavors.
কোন কোন বিপ্র উপরে স্থান না পায়া দুই হোলনায় চিরা ভিজায় গঙ্গা তীরে গিয়া.
Some of the brahmanas, not having gotten a place on the platform, went to the bank of the Ganges with their 2 earthen pots and soaked their chip rice there. So now everything got filled up. All the place got filled up. So they thought, okay, let's go to the banks of the Ganges. So they were all going there with their 2 earthen pots and soaking their chip rice.
তীরে স্থান না পায়া আর কত জন জলে নামি দধি চিরা করো এ ভক্ষণ.
Others who could not get a place even on the bank of the Ganges got down into the water and began eating their 2 kinds of chip rice. So now the banks of the Ganges also flooded with people now no space. So what did they do? They got down into the water and then began eating their 2 kinds of chip rice.
কেহ উপরে কেহ তলে কেহ গঙ্গা তীরে বিসর্জন তিন ঠাই পরিবেশন করে.
There's some sat on the platform, some at the base of the platform, and some on the bank of the Ganges, and they were all supplied 2 pots each by the 20 men who distributed the food. So like that, as I said, raised platform, below the platform, the banks of the Ganges, and inside the Ganges. So, there were 20 people who were actually going around, and distributing this cheap rice. Yeah.
হেন কালে আইলা তথা রাঘব পণ্ডিত হাসিতে লাগিলা দেখি হয়া বিস্মিত।
At the time Raghava Pandita arrived there, seeing the situation, he began to laugh in great surprise. So that time Raghava Pandit, one of the associates of Mahaprabhu, he's coming over there. Actually, Mahaprabhu stays in 4 places eternally, if I remember correctly. Yeah, one is Sachi Mata's house, right? And wherever Lord Nityananda Prabhu dances, and then Shriva Sangan, when the congregational chanting happens inside Shriva Sangan, and then Raghava Bhavan, where Raghava Pandit's house. So these places the Lord is eternally present. And if we go to Panihati temple, we can see Raghava Pandit's house is just walking distance from the place where this Chidadahi festival happened. From there, it is a walking distance to Raghav Pandit's house. So Raghav Pandit, now he's coming there and he's seeing, and he was in great ecstasy seeing what's happening. Yeah.
নিসর্গীর নানা মতো প্রসাদ আনিল প্রভুরে আগে দিয়া ভক্ত শনে বাটি দিল।
He brought many kinds of food cooked in ghee and offered to the Lord. This prasadam he first placed before Lord Nityananda and then distributed among the devotees. So Raghava Pandit also brought so many, and Raghava Pandit is not an ordinary personality. All the eternal associates of the Lord, they were all associates of Krishna in spiritual world. And this Raghava Pandit is none other than Dhanishta Gopi, who actually assisted Radharani in serving, in cooking for Krishna in Nanda Maharaj's house. So this Dhanishta Gopi only came as Raghava Pandit. So now here also we see that he cooks a lot of wonderful items, and then he brought it over there. And then he placed it before Nityananda Prabhu and distributed among all the devotees.
প্রভুরে কহে তোমার লাগি ভোগ লাগাইল তুমি ইহা উৎসব করো ঘরে প্রসাদ রহিল।
Raghav Pandit said to Lord Nityananda, "For you, sir, I have already offered food to the deity, but you are engaged in a festival here, and so the food is lying there untouched." So he said to Nityananda Prabhu, "I've already cooked everything, and I'm waiting for you to come over there. But you are having a very great festival here."
প্রভু কহে এ দ্রব্য দিনে করিয়ে ভোজন রাত্রে তোমা ঘরে প্রসাদ করিমু ভক্ষণ।
So Lord Nityananda Prabhu replied, "Let me eat all this food here during this day, and I shall eat at your home at the night. So let me eat all these wonderful preparations, chida dahi, and then I will come to your house in the night, and then I will have the honor the prasadam." Yeah.
গোপ জাতি আমি বহু গোপগণ সঙ্গে আমি সুখ পাই এই পুলিন ভোজন রঙ্গে।
I belong to a community of cowherd boys, and therefore I generally have many cowherd associates with me. I'm happy when we eat together in a picnic like this by the sandy bank of the river. So Nityananda Prabhu is telling that, I belong to a community of cowherd boys, right? Who is Nityananda Prabhu? Balaram Hoilo Nitai. So Lord Balarama came as Nityananda Prabhu, and Krishna came as Mahaprabhu. So he says that, I love being with all my cowherd friends. So let me enjoy eating together like a picnic here. And we see in Krishna Leela, Krishna and Balaram would go with all his cowherd friends, grazing cows. They will sit together and eat and exchange all the different things, sent by their mothers. So in that way, they would have a lot of fun. So we see here, similarly, Nityananda Prabhu want to enjoy, relish those with his cowherd friends here. in Panihati. So he says that, so I'm happy when we eat together in a picnic like this in the sandy bank of the river. Of course, we can keep going. I can see the time is ticking now. So I thought probably we'll stop here, and then we'll continue. It's so sweet and so wonderful to read the details. And as Nityananda Prabhu says, that I'm very happy being sitting together with all my associates in a picnic like this in the sandy bank of the river. We also see that when we also when the devotees come together and have prasadam, it's also a lot of joy, isn't it? So that is one of the way of developing the Vaishnava relationships also, accepting prasadam and feeding Vaishnavas with prasadam. So in this way, it is so sweet. It's a nectar actually. There are totally 350 verses for this chapter. So we have now done 75.
75.
75. So even Pani, the festival details are still, about to come. But I could see the time, it's 9 o'clock, so we'll stop here. And thank you, Arpita Mataji. It was so sweet to hear
Thank you,
you
Mataji.
reciting this verses. Very, very nice. Wonderful to
It's very
hear.
nice, Mataji, to read also because you can, as you said, to visualize. And when I was visualizing it, obviously we heard it, but when you read as it is, then
Mm,
you relish more.
mm, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, and hope everyone is relishing this pastime. At least I thought this chapter it will be very nice. We can all come together like this, and then hear the actual verse spoken by Kaviraj Goswami in Bengali and the translation given by Srila Prabhupada in English, and then understand the flow. So in that way we can relish more. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada
Jai.
ki jai. So
Jai.
over to Ranjani, my Prabhu.
Hi Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. I was thinking I am in mid of Ganges, the way devotee are taking
Yeah,
prasad.
we stopped the meditation. We couldn't give you the pot yet, and before that we have to
So
stop
we'll keep the excitement for the next week,
next week.
and
Yeah.
yeah, some excitement.
Yes.
What happens after that when they wind up or when they are honoring the prasadam? The taste of prasadam has not come yet. So isn't it, Mataji? Because
Yes,
they have
yes.
not released. So
And we are
yes,
going to
thank you
have
so much.
some more thing also next week. We are going to have some dancing and singing as well, because that's what they did it when they got the prasadam. They were not just eating like that. They were calling out loudly Hari Bols, and then they were in great ecstasy, dancing and singing. So we should have another, probably in another window where devotees will be jumping and dancing as well. That will be wonderful. Yeah. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Ranjani Maipu, could you hear me?
Yes, yes, Mataji, I can hear. Sorry.
Yeah, you can share the screen, Prabhu. Wonderful. So all
Yeah.
the Bengali Vaishnavas also could relish it, isn't it? Yeah.
So I would request if some devotees have any question, meanwhile, I'll share the screen. And some devotees, if they would like to ask the question, because the first I'm going to ask any point which they like as a takeaway. So meanwhile, if devotees are typing the for the takeaway, if any devotee would like to ask any question, any comment, any clarification, I would say, we can happy give that time for devotees. Any one questions, please. If not, meanwhile, I am reading the takeaway points. Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu, in the chat, some comments are there. You could read it.
Okay, definitely.
Kusumataji
Yes,
has
Mataji. So
nicely
I will
written.
just. So Biva Mataji has mentioned Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your kind participation. So Pran Priya Mataji has mentioned thank you, Mataji, for beautiful pastime. Thank you so much, Mataji, for attending. Uh, And then Kushu Mata just mentioned it was funny how we have all social media, but very few people will come. But in those days, there were innumerable people came to honor Prasadam. Yes, yes, Mata. So wonderful point, Mata. I can see how you are visualizing that those scenarios. So it comes through your comment, Mataji. Thank you so much, Kushu Mataji, for putting the point here. So I would request all the devotees if you can just put some of the takeaways from the today's class, any point you like or any incident you felt very attractive. Or and meanwhile, if any devotee would like to ask the questions also, Meanwhile, devotees are writing the takeaways, so will very good. Yeah.
So in the meantime, also I thought it'd be very nice because since the festival is around the corner, it'll be very nice for us to read those articles or those books and the topics connected to the festival. Then it becomes when we do the pot painting or when we do anything in relation to the service, then we will be able to actually do it in a very nice mood. With a proper spirit of service, we will be able to offer that. And also, when we know more about the glories of Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, the glories of Nityananda Prabhu, the glories of Mahaprabhu, then actually, when we are doing it, it will be done with much more feeling of gratitude, and that how we are not so qualified. Like Raghunatha Dasa Goswami is one of the associate of the Lord, eternal associates of the Lord. So he making this festival and offering it to Nityananda Prabhu, is quite befitting. But when a normal, ordinary, conditioned soul, we have been given this opportunity, that which has been given to the eternal associate of the Lord, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. For us, we have been given this opportunity by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara. So, how much grateful we should be for this great mercy that has been, showered upon us. So when we think about it, we can really feel that what qualification do we have, to be part of this pastime. Actually, this is an extended pastime of the Lord. So what qualification do we got to be part of this extended pastime of the Lord, and how grateful we should be for, to the entire Guru Parampara, to Mahaprabhu, to Nityananda Prabhu, to all the, to the Vaishnavas. So this will help us to, become more, go deep and be humble as an instrument. We are actually, to make this offering in a mood of humility and also the mood of an instrument. So it will definitely help us. The more we hear, the more we read, the more we can actually do it in a wonderful spirit of service. So it's nice that we keep hearing more about this kind of pastime. We might have heard it, but hearing more and more actually helps us to not just to hearing, but also deeply hearing or attentively hearing, and then trying to absorb that, reflect on that. Then it really helps us a lot. So hope we can continue doing this at least on the Mondays, but then other days also, when we get an opportunity, we can hear what Srila Prabhupada has spoken about the lectures of this festival, until this particular chapter, if we can hear more lectures on that. And also the glories of Raghunatha Das Goswami, Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, from Srila Prabhupada and other great Vaishnavas. So in that way, we can increase our meditation and absorption, in this service. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So I'll go ahead further with some announcement for this week.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are some highlights for the last weeks. So yeah, there was the Food for program, a Food for Life program, which happens on near Shohor Temple. So thank you all the devotees who came last week and helped in the Food for Life distribution. Haribol. Yeah, so it was a very, very amazing inauguration of Krishna Capital Gate and Hinault. So you can see the beautiful pictures. So many devotees went, and many brahmacharis from Soho Temple went, and it was a nice occasion. And some respected council people also came to, and they had nice prasad and dance. So thank you all the devotees to who came ahead to arrange this facility and prasadam and those who devotee participate. Thank you so much, all the devotees. Hare Krishna. So the next is like, this MSF training. If you have not registered at, please go and register for this wonderful MSF training, which is happening on 22nd in Avanti Court School, Edgeware. Very good. And again, just a reminder for Pani Dahi Dahi Chida festival on 29th. So if you have not started making the pot, or any BB members yet to start, please encourage them, and so that it should ready on time. So that's the festival. The announcement, just reminder for the daily online morning japa. So it happens on 5 to 8. So please encourage everyone and all join for the online Sangha of devotees. Hari Bol. Yeah, so some announcement for the community birthday. So I'm very happy to tell that our great leader and backbone for the East London community, our dear His Grace Arvind Krishnu birthday is tomorrow. Hari Hari Bol, 11th June. And so it's a great Prabhu's appearance day tomorrow. And from Jagannath Dham, we have, His Grace, Her Grace Aprupa Krishna Priya Mataji. 16th June, Little Nitai Karuna from Jagannath Dham. From Dwarka Dham, we have, today is the anniversary of Srikant Prabhu and Manju Mataji wedding anniversary. And 14th is like, sorry if I have wrong here. The birthday is today for Krishikant and Manju Mataji. 14th is Geeta Mataji birthday, and 16th is Kalyani Mataji birthday. So I would like to request all the devotees so kindly pray for all these wonderful devotees, and especially His Grace Ardin Krishpu for his wonderful nice health, and so that he keeps us guiding as like a driver, so that we keep on following him and do nice service and his guidance. So I request all the devotees, we can chant loudly one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for all these wonderful devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, all the devotees, for your wonderful prayers, kind blessings for all these devotees. And the last is announcement for the next weeks with respect to the Vaishnava calendar. So on 16th June, we have Ganga Puja and appearance day of Srimati Ganga Mata Goswamini and disappearance day of Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan. And most awaited is Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi, that is happening on 17th June. I think that is on Monday. So we'll have a CC class. So very, very special Madhva Tisi is coming on that day. So that's all for today. Haribol. Hope you like the wonderful session and the way we have did today.
Yeah,
So
Prabhu,
Mataji, any opportunity we'll give darshan, Mataji.
quickly, just if you give me a couple of seconds, I'll just show the darshan, Prabhu. Sorry, just give me a minute. Prabhu, can you see?
Yes, Mataji, we can see. जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री गौर निताय की, श्री पंच तत्व भगवान की, श्री लड्डू गोपाल की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, जय निताय गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल।
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
This looks
Thank you
Mataji
so much.
anniversary dress, pink dress.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Jai.
Yes. Thank you so much for everyone for joining today, and thank you, Ranjan and my Prabhu. Thank you all devotees. Looking forward to see you next Monday on the Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mataji, for wonderful session today. Hari Bol.
Thank you. Hari Bol.